under $200 a month, your own studio in Da Nang, Vietnam. Can we talk about it? Because that's what we're going to do today. All right. I'm not going to be just showing you one. I'm going to be showing you two places, y'all. Uno dos, double portion. And they're actually going to be right around the corner from each other, both under $200. One of them I actually lived in before, so this is real life, y'all. So if you ever wonder what it really looks like to move across the world and live affordably without sacrificing peace, without, sacrificing your own space, keep watching, because I'm going to walk you through both of them. And I'm going to keep it all the way real with you, because that's what I do. The good, the peaceful, and the one thing that honestly drove me a little crazy.
Welcome home, living abroad and on your own. Jules will find you a place to call home. From the beach to the city, let your story unfold. Welcome home, welcome home.
Welcome back to Welcome Home with Jules. I'm Jules, and on this channel, I show you what it actually looks like to live, rent, and build a life here in Da Nang, Vietnam. We in Da Nang, baby. So when you first move to a new city, everybody pushes you toward the popular areas, the beach, the city center, the expat hot spots, all that. And those areas are beautiful, don't get me wrong, but they also come with a price tag. And I wanted to do a little something different. I wanted to see what it looked like in a quieter, more affordable part of the city, somewhere I could focus, save money, and actually, breathe. And that search led me to, drumroll, the FPT area. And let me tell you, it taught me a lot about the city, about budgeting here, and about what I actually need to feel at home. FPT is a neighborhood in Da Nang that's known for being a bit of a tech hub. It's a home to FPT University and a whole growing community of young professional students and remote workers. It's a little newer, a little more spread out, and a lot more local than the touristy parts of the city. And you're not gonna find a wall of Western coffee shops and beach clubs out here. But what you're gonna find instead is everyday Vietnamese life and some of the most affordable rent in the entire city. And that combination, exactly why I wanted to show it to you. So who is this area for? If you're a digital nomad or a remote worker, this area was basically made for you. If you crave peace, quiet, and a little slower pace of life, you're actually gonna love it here. And if you're on a budget, or you're new to Vietnam, you want to keep your costs low while you're figuring things out, FPT is your friend. But I'm going to be real with you later in this video. If you're someone who needs to be in the middle of action, surrounded by restaurants, nightlife, and a big social scene every single night, then there's one major thing about FPT you need to hear before you commit. So stick around for that part, because nobody tells you that. All right, so how to find a place like this, right? So how do you even find a studio out here? Let me give you my real method, because this applies to all of Da Nang, right? Number one, Facebook groups. There are expat and housing groups here where landlords and agents post listings directly every single day. Now that's gold. Number two is WhatsApp. Download WhatsApp before you ever get on that plane, okay? Because a lot of agents share listings in real time in WhatsApp groups. It's how businesses get done here. And number three, once you actually live in a neighborhood, just drive around and look. Drive around your scooter, on a Grab. You will literally see for rent signs on buildings with a phone number to call. Cheap studios like these move fast, so my tip is use all three of the methods at once and don't rely on just one. So I'm gonna show you studio number one. And so let's go take a peek inside. And I paid $198 a month for this place. And so I'm gonna show you exactly what that gets you. So we're gonna go inside, you open up the door. We have a bathroom, have a nice little kitchen, a bed. There is also a balcony. It's a small, quaint space, but it gets, everything done. So you have your bed, your living room area, like I said, the kitchen, all in one room. And that's what studio means. It's compact, but when it's just you, honestly, it's all you need, right? Thing about, that's beautiful about renting in Vietnam, most places come fully furnished, which is wonderful. You're not here buying a bed, a couch, a single piece of furniture. You show up with your suitcase and you are home. But come outside with me, because this right here is my favorite part. When I tell you this area is quiet, I mean quiet. We are talking chickens, cows, roosters. It was like waking up in the countryside every single morning. After living in busy, loud cities, there is, something about that peace that did something for my spirit. And if you are someone who needs stillness to think, to work, to pray, to just be, FPT gives you that in a way the city never could. Now let's get into it. Studio number 2 right around the corner, and I'm going to show you that now. And this is the part I really wanted you to see. Literally right around the corner, like about a 12-minute walk. And I was looking at this place. I'm just like, oh wow, there's literally new buildings everywhere. And it's the same neighborhood, same peaceful vibe. And get this, it was even a little less than what I was actually paying for the other place. And so it's very similar, and it's a little bit of a different layout. So when you go in, you have the bed, there's a balcony, which is nice as well. And yeah, so you have the shower, and I love the natural space in regards to the lighting, the large windows. Again, the main space, the bed, the kitchen area, the bathroom. Any difference in size or lighter layout, like that's from the first one. Like, it's very similar, and it's a little space, but with its own feel. This was about $160 a month. But then again, I'm telling you, the longer you stay, the cheaper it is. So if you only want to stay a month or 2, it's going to be more expensive than that. They want someone who stays there for a longer term. And again, things are going up. I went, and the next week I asked again, and they raised the price. So it's just, but here's my point, y'all. In one neighborhood, just steps apart, you've got multiple solid options at different prices. So if the first place you see isn't quite right, or the price isn't what you want, you just keep on looking. Like, they're building up new places weekly. There's almost always another one nearby. So do not settle on the first thing an agent shows you or what you see. If it's not giving what feel like home, don't have that scarcity mindset. Okay, so now you've seen the spaces, but let me tell you what it's actually like to live out here day to day. The stuff that really matters, working remotely. The thing that made FPT work for me was that there was a co-working space right next to where I stayed, right? How cool is that? The Wi-Fi was like super duper fast right next door. So as a remote worker, you walk a few steps and you're at your desk. No commute, no stress. For digital nomads, that convenience is everything. And your Wi-Fi. So yeah, I would go there because honestly, at my spot, it wasn't super fast Wi-Fi. But hey, the price that I'm paying, can't really complain. Getting around out here, you're gonna want a way to move. Most people rent a bike. You can rent a bike for around $65 a month. And if you don't ride, you'll be using Grab. That's the app for bikes and cars here, just like Uber. So just know that because FPT is further out, your Grab rides into the city will cost a little more and take a little longer than they would downtown. Budget for that. Food and groceries. You've got local Vietnam spots all around you, and the food is cheap and delicious. We're talking, a couple dollars for a full meal. There is a market nearby. It's very small, like a little mini mart. A grocery store is further out because we are in I would say about maybe 15 minutes. So what you want to have right at your doorstep is the big variety of restaurants that you're gonna get in the city, but you're not gonna have it further out. So just factor that in. It's very safe, and it's honestly it's peaceful and local. There is a lot of construction. I will say that to you. So there can be noise around that, but it doesn't have like the vibe of the city, if that makes sense. So now let's talk real about money head to toe, because that's what this channel is about, right? The rent itself, we set it under $200 a month for these studios to move in. You're usually looking at a 1 month deposit plus your first month up front. So realistically, you need around $400 to $600 to get your keys, depending on the place. And here's something a lot of people miss. So for most studios here, electricity and water are billed separately on top of your rent. So the good news is utilities are cheap, especially for one person in a small space, okay? But in the hot months, when that air conditioning is right, is running, your electric bill will go up. So don't be shocked. And I'm talking about up. Right? So rent, utilities, food, transport, you have to factor all those things in. You can genuinely live out here, you know, for a fraction of what a single month would cost you in America, you know, in most cities, absolutely, for sure. So I'm gonna give you the downside, keeping it 100, right? So, okay, now let me keep it all the way real with you, because I promised you the full picture and not just the pretty part. So the downside, honestly, of FPT is the distance. Oh my goodness. It is about 25 minutes from the city center, and I already know exactly what you're thinking. 25 minutes? Jules, that's nothing. Well, in the US, 25 minutes is a quick run to the grocery store, right? But here in Da Nang, that distance hits different, because we're talking about, we in the heat. You know, maybe it's the heat, the motorbike. It's like tearing on your body in a way. But yeah, maybe it's just that everything you want, the restaurant, the beach, the community, the social life, the events, is in the city. And so when you're 25 minutes away from all of that, every single time you want to do something, it adds up. It seriously does. So it starts to wear on you. You know, I lived out here for a month, and by the end, that distance was the thing I felt the most, truly. So before you choose an area based on the cheap rent alone, I really want you to sit with that. Because cheap rent is amazing, but if you're spending an hour round trip every time you want to do dinner or beach time, you have to ask yourself, honestly, is that trade-off works for your life? So let's go. We're going to do a recap right now. So what are the takeaways from all of this, right? So I'm giving y'all the real lessons here, right? Get your pen and paper out, your pen and paper. But lesson one, affordable areas exist here, but they almost always come with a trade-off, right? So for FPT, that trade-off is distance. Know exactly what you're signing up for before you sign, right? The next thing is match the neighborhood to your lifestyle, whatever that is for you, not just your budget. So a quiet nature lover and a social butterfly should not be picking the same area, right? Be honest with yourself about which one you are. Lesson three, for studios especially, always ask what is included. Is it furnished? Are utilities separate? Get the full monthly number, rent plus everything, before you fall in love with the place, right? Lesson four, there is always another option nearby. You know, we literally just looked at 2 studios around the corner from each other. Never settle on the first thing that you see, and never let an agent rush you. Number 5. Remember what I told you at the start, that prices change fast out here? So what's true today may not be true next month. So always confirm the current price yourself before you get your heart set, right? So thank you guys for tuning in. So that is the FPT area. So you have 2 affordable studios, peaceful, perfect for focus and for saving money, just a little removed from the action Jackson, okay? Whether it's right for you comes down to the life you actually want to live here. And listen, that is exactly what I hope figure out for you. If you're seriously thinking about making this move, I offer Da Nang Home Finding Consultation. It's a one-on-one call where we sit down together and go through your budget, your lifestyle, and which area of the city is actually right for you. So don't waste your money and months learning it the hard way like I did. The link is right down in the description, and I will personally walk through everything with you. And make sure you subscribe, because next I am taking you somewhere special. I'm walking you through my place, my new home, y'all. I'm in a brand new place, and it's amazing, and I cannot wait to show you. And if you've ever want to come out here and hang with me, I would love to see you. I would love to meet you. You can do that. Be my guest. literally, because this is all this is ministry for me. So this is what I was called to do, to help people find their home, to a place that feels safe, a place that feels like theirs. And I am so grateful to get to do it with you. All right, I'll see you in the next one. Welcome home.